Evening, everyone, and welcome to Ask the Answer. You're live with me right now, Robert Lee, known here in Scotland as Scotland's flamboyant psychic and Scotland's happy medium. I'm with you right now with Robert Lee's Late Love Hour, and I'm going to be with you right through until 10 o'clock tonight, looking at all your love questions. And of course, we're going to be talking about all things outside of the box in regards to love. We're not just looking to find out if that man's coming back into your life or if you're going to be in a meaningful relationship. We're looking at all areas of your life tonight. As your granny would say, especially in Scotland, we're going to air your dirty laundry, right? Or the real Scottish saying is, are you going to hang your dirty washing out? Okay? So that's what we're going to be looking at tonight. I'm waiting for you to join me live here on Ask the Answer. It is an interactive show. So if you do see me, guys, we're live streaming right now across several of our social media platforms here on Ask the Answer. We're live streaming from Facebook. We're live streaming from YouTube. We're live streaming from Twitch. And we're live streaming from, what's the last one? X. I was going to call it formerly known as Twitter. So we're live streaming across 4 of our social media platforms here in Ask the Answer. And believe it or not, we're also live streaming directly on Ask the Answer's website. So you can literally watch Ask the Answer shows in 5 different locations. I suppose what I want to say is just watch whatever one you feel most comfortable on, okay, or whatever piece of social media you feel most comfortable on, or if you're watching it from the website, if you feel comfortable with that, you can watch it there. So say hello to me, guys, when you do come on to the live. Hello, Jojo's World. I'm very good, thank you. I hope you're well. Thank you for joining us on YouTube this evening. So say hello to me, guys, when you do come on the live. And we're going to say, sometimes we say, tell us where you're tuning in from. So tonight, what I want to know is, and I've asked you this before, but we are reaching new people on YouTube and new people on Facebook. What song do you like the most? Okay, right. And I'm being a bit coy, aren't I? So what song do you like to make love to? So what song gets you in the mood for love? I want to know in the live stream. Okay, so let me know. Let me know in the live stream. What song puts you in the mood for sex? What song puts you in the mood for making love? If any song at all. Okay? If any song at all, what song is it? Let me know in the live stream, guys. We'll make the live stream as interactive as we can. Of course, I'm also going to be looking at your questions that you send into the Love Hour. The great thing about the show is that you can send your questions in and you can be anonymous. Okay? So maybe you're having a threesome, okay, and you're not happy about the threesome, and you want to know, is my partner going to continue to want more threesomes? I can look at that for you when you send a text in. If you put your name and you put your partner's name, and I can see it's of a sensitive nature, I'm not going to read your name out, okay? When you put your names on there anyway, you're not telling me when you're texting in, you're not telling me your address or anything like that. So it's pretty confidential when you're sending the text in. And I work in a non-judgmental way. I've been working as a psychic for over 10 years. I've been working full-time in the psychic lines for over 5 years. It's actually over 5. It's 5 years. Is it 5? Yeah. 5 years this January. January the 19th, to be precise. I've been working full-time in the psychic lines for 5 years. I've literally heard everything there is to hear. Believe me, you won't make me blush. And I work in a very non-judgmental way. I just look at your question to give you that psychic guidance, to give you my worldly experience in relationships, and to give you that agony uncle perspective as well. So I'm looking at it from an agony uncle perspective and a psychic perspective. And of course, I'm looking at it in a non-judgmental way. Please remember that when you do send in your texts. And please, don't be shy. Okay, I mean, I just used it. There I'm going to say the word threesome again. I really hope my dad isn't watching this. But I just used the word threesome as a... I just used the threesome thing as an example. Okay, maybe you've got... maybe you want to join a swingers club. Maybe you fancy your dad's... maybe you fancy your dad's best friend. Maybe your boyfriend's dad. turns you on more than your boyfriend? I'm looking at all these types of questions that you may have. Nothing, it's past 9 o'clock, so I can kind of say these things, okay? So send in all these types of questions tonight. The juicier, the better. It's not because I like a bit of gossip, although I do, but the juicier, the better. So the more juicy the text, the more it's going to go to the top of my queue. I can see there's a few texts there. So the juicier the text tonight, the more it's going to go to the top of my queue, right? So you can send your text in with the number running along the bottom of your screen. You can text love and your name. And your question to 07700152500. That's 07700152500. What all you need to do is, guys, is send your text in and I will have a look at it for you. Okay. Just logging into the portal. So, if you're watching from Scotland, happy Robert Burns Day. It's Robert Burns Day in Scotland today, and most of us in Scotland would have had haggis. I know I ate haggis tonight, so it's haggis, neeps and tatties, which is haggis, turnip and potatoes, just to give you, just in case you don't understand what I was saying. So it's Burns night, and we address the haggis, which means that you say, as a Robert Burns poem to address a haggis, and then I done a poem as well. So it was quite good. It was a nice night. Hence maybe why I'm running a smidgen late tonight. Because we were doing the Burns night. Okay. Quite a few questions here, my goodness. Right. Okay. And we've got people watching on YouTube. My nose is itchy. And we've got people watching on Facebook. Okay. And if you do leave your comments, that will let me know that you're watching the live, and I will give you a big shout out because I'm nosy and I like to see who's watching, and I like to give you a shout out. Right. Okay, I'm in the portal. So remember, you're telling me, guys, if you're watching the live right now, you're telling me what song gets you in the mood for love, the mood for sex, if any song at all. I'm going to share you my song at the end, and I might even share the lady's song that works behind the scenes as well. Right. She's told me before, and I might tell you on the live stream. It's a funny one. Okay, so let me know, guys, if you're watching, and I'm going to look at some of your texts. Okay, we've got a few War and Peace here. Right. The first text is from Phil. My question today relates to my love life, or the lack of it, with the opposite sex. I would like to know if know if at all possible it may be one day in the near future I might meet my soulmate, long-term relationship, marriage. Unfortunately, I've not had much luck in this area for one reason or another. Lack of my own self-belief, shy away over the years, and unfortunately I've never had a long-term relationship, only a couple short-term. It's embarrassing to admit. I think women would run a mile when I tell them this. But do you know what, Phil? I've got a confidence boost for you straight away, right? I better take a drink of my tea because it's War and Peace that you've sent in to me. Right, let's have a little look at your question. So the good thing is, women actually do like it when men haven't been in lots of committed relationships and when men don't have lots of baggage. That's something actually women do like. Okay, so women do like men that haven't dated multiple women, right? And women do like men that don't have lots of baggage, okay? And what I mean by that is like there's not an ex-partner trying to get back with them. There's not an ex-wife where there's children involved. And that's the situation with you here, Phil. There's not any baggage. Not that children and exes are baggage. The way what I'm trying to say is it's good, okay? You've got to have a bit more confidence in yourself as well. Hello, Helen. No, Heidi M. Barlow. I hope you're well. Nice to see you on the live stream. So, what I'm trying to say to you, fellas, don't be embarrassed that you haven't had long-term relationships. Don't be embarrassed that you feel like you've had to have that experience. Not all of us need to go through that experience. So if I spit my words out here, what I'm trying to say is, it's the right time to start to find someone, okay? And it's the right time for you to start to find someone in 2024. So have a positive attitude about it, Phil. Think outside of the box. When we repeatedly do the same thing, we get the same. Hello, Hannah Louise. Hello, Mary. Maria, sorry, I hope you're well. When we repeatedly do the same thing, we repeatedly get the same conclusion. So, and I know I've said it a lot in the live streams, but sometimes people haven't heard it. Sometimes people want to hear more from me about it. If you've been on the same dating website, for example, Phil, you're going to get the same people on it. I know people join it often. Or you haven't changed your profile picture, or you haven't updated your bio, or you haven't went to a new pub with friends, or if you haven't tried a new speed dating area, you're going to get the same thing, right? So my advice to you, and this isn't even me looking at it psychically, my advice to you is to try something different, okay? I mean, it doesn't need to be that adventurous. You don't need to go swinging, okay? You don't need to join a swingers club, but you want to try something different, especially in the next few weeks as we go into February, because February is a month for love, isn't it, right? We think about love all the time in February because it's Valentine's, right? So February is one of the months where people feel really low in their energy because they haven't got anyone. But what I say to that is, Phil, to you, embrace February, try new things, try new dates. It's okay to go out on multiple dates with multiple people until you find the right person, okay? As long as you're doing it safely. And what I mean by that is, it's not that you're leading lots of different women on, or men if you're a woman that's watching this. It just means that you keep your options open. It's 2024. It's okay to go out for a coffee with someone and not commit to them, right? And that's in the other toss of the coin, Phil. Just because somebody said they want to go out on a date with you doesn't mean to say they want to go out on a second date. And that's okay. That's okay for all of us, right? That's okay for anybody watching the live and they're dating. That's why it's good to maybe have multiple dates before you put all your eggs in the one basket, if that makes sense. So, Phil, you've had short-term relationships. That's fine. Go with your experience with the short-term relationships. Moving forward, I feel you're going to be dating in February. I hope that you listen to my advice and date in a new area. Go to a new area, to the pub, the club, a show. Go to a speed date night. Join a new dating website if you want to do it online. And that will help build the energy, build the momentum to help you meet someone new. Okay? I hope that was okay for you. Thank you for joining me in the live stream. And I hope to speak to you again very, very soon. Okay? It's all about, see, when we're dating and we want to meet someone new, it's all about building that momentum within ourselves. Okay? We're not just, somebody's not going to get landed in our door. Somebody's not going to land on our doorstep. It's not the movies. Okay, I wish it was the movies for us all. I wish that, you know, a hunky plumber, if you're a woman and you need your, you know, your toilet's broken and a hunky plumber turns up to the door and he's single, and you and him hit it off as soon as he walks in the door, and it's love at first sight, and he wants to marry you and everything. I wish life was like that, it'd be a whole lot easier, but it's not like that. Okay, so I feel that we need to put momentum when we're dating and momentum into a relationship. We really need to, put the energy into it. And the energy we put into it is what we're going to get back. All right, I'm a great believer in that. Okay, so we're on to David's question next. And it says here, I've been heartbroken for 6 months after dating someone for only 2 months. At first it was hard, then it got really easy, and I felt like I saw the light. Now it's hard again, as if it just happened. I'm doing everything in my power to block this person out of my head. Can't get over him, but for some reason I cannot. Sorry. I'm doing everything in my power to block this person out of my head, and I can't get over him for some reason. How can I move forward? I mean, it's a good question, David. I mean, 2 months isn't particularly a long time, but I wouldn't measure that as a long time. We're all different. We're all different human beings. We're all living a different earthly experience. But David, 2 months isn't a particularly long time to be dating someone. Okay? Were you in a relationship or were you only dating? That's the other question you've got to ask yourself. Okay? Did they say that they would ever want to commit to you within the relationship? So you've really got to, you're leading with your emotions at the minute, which is okay when we're sensitive, when we're intuitive, when we're spiritual. We can lead with our emotions. Okay, so we lead with our heart. And I'm always telling people, go with your gut instinct, lead with your heart. But in this case, David, we've got to be leading with our head. Okay, you've got to be leading with your head a little bit. And you've got to be thinking of the practicalities behind this. Okay, it's harsh words, isn't it? Me saying to you, you've only been dating them for 2 months. Okay, right? Dating is different from being in a relationship, right? So were you in a relationship or were you dating? And did he ever say he was going to seriously commit to you? Okay? Because you've let your head, your emotions and your dreams run away with you a little bit. So you need to ground yourself. Okay? This is how you're asking how you're going to get over him, right? I mean, in Scotland, I mean, and other places in the UK, I don't want to get the sack. But I could say to you, if you want to go over someone, you want to get under somebody else. But I probably shouldn't say that. I've said it, right? I probably shouldn't have. But it is past 9 o'clock. Right. What I want to say to you is, you want to ground yourself. Okay. You want to get out in nature. You want to be walking near the sea. You want to be near the grass. You want to be just forgetting about that person, thinking about you, giving yourself self-love. Because let me tell you, because of the way you're feeling, you don't want to be meeting MD new anytime soon. Okay, that was just me being flippant with a joke. But you don't want to meet anyone new anytime soon. Looking at this on a psychic level. You want to be doing some inner work, some healing work, and figuring out why 2 months of dating is taking you 6 months to go over, and why it's taking you even longer to go over now. Okay, because it's all coming back to you. So you've got to ground yourself emotionally. Walk near water, by the sea. Be near nature, trees, grass, okay? This is what the energy you want to kind of give it, right? And you want to be doing some healing work within yourself and assessing why, you've been feeling like this, right? I've got a rose quartz crystal here tonight. This one's shaped like a cat because I'm a cat fanatic, right? I had another one, but I couldn't find it in my wee crystal box. So I grabbed this one from the hall. I keep this one in the hall. You want to be getting yourself a rose quartz for healing. I'm not medically trained by any means, but rose quartz is international crystal for love. But you want to be loving yourself, David. Okay, so the joke aside about getting under someone, that's not what you want to be doing. You want to be healing yourself. Okay, you want to be getting a rose quartz crystal. You want to be doing positive manifestations about loving yourself, positive affirmations about loving yourself, positive mantras about loving yourself. Okay, you want to be putting all that positivity into yourself so that you can heal as a person. Okay, so that you feel strong enough to go out and date again, and if it doesn't work, that you don't feel devastated. Okay, so let's put the healing work in. That's how you're going to move forward. Right, okay, I went on and one there, didn't I? So I better move on. Hi Linda, I hope you're well. Linda O'Donald. Welcome to the Love Hour with Robert Lee. The reason it's on at 9 o'clock, guys, is because we do talk about things that are a bit... trying to think of the word to say here. We do talk about things that are juicy, right? We do talk about things that are juicy in the Love Hour. We're not talking about things like just like, what, you know, am I going to find love? Is love coming into my life? We're looking at the nitty gritty. Okay, sometimes you're getting answers that you might not want to hear. Sometimes the tough truth helps as well. Okay, right, we're moving on. Big smiles. And we're moving on. We've got Sarah Brennan watching. We've got Hannah Louise watching. Hello, girls. Thank you for watching from Facebook. Right. So we've got a question from Emma. Your questions are really long, aren't they? I don't mind. Right, but it takes me a minute to read them. It says here, I have been in a relationship for nearly 2 years with a man, but I feel like he's just using me for his benefit. I'm not happy. I've tried to break up with him twice, but he talks me out of it. I'm left feeling guilty and like I've done something wrong. Will I get out of this situation? I love it. I love it. I love it. Right, let's warm the hands up here, right? Because you're going to get the answer you're looking for. Okay. Take the power back into your own hands, Emma. You know you need to take the power back into your own hands. This gentleman's not going to change. Okay? This gentleman is not going to change. Multiple years you've been putting up with this. When we put up with something as human beings, okay, so when we put up with someone's annoyance, when we let someone talk to us in a certain way, when we let someone treat us in a certain way, that becomes the normal. So if the normal is, he comes round at the weekend, he's have lots of fun, you have a bit of sex, and he goes home on the Sunday night to live his life. That's the cycle that you're going to get, my sweetheart. And that's the cycle that's going to continue. That's all great fun at the start when we're dating that leads up to a relationship. It all seems fun, it all seems interesting. That meeting him at the weekend, can't wait for Friday, can't wait for Saturday. Exciting. 2 years go past and we think nothing's developing, right? We're still at this stage, this stagnant stage. Is it going to develop? If it's not developed naturally within that time frame, I would say 2 years. I mean, I don't know how long, you haven't said. I'm just surmising it's over a year. If it hasn't developed to meeting up on a Wednesday night or going for drinks randomly or going round to his house for dinner, going on holiday, if it's not developing, okay, if it's not developing, it's time to get out. It's time to get out the cycle. Okay, so take the power back into your own hands. Do it before February, my sweetheart. Okay? Specifically, do it before February 14th. Do it before Valentine's Day. Take the power back in your own hands. Okay? That's what I want to say to you. Paddy, you know Paddy McGuinness, right? When he says to the girls, in fact, he says to the guy, because there's all these girls, if you've ever watched the show, what's it called? Take Me Out, right? And they go to the Isle of Fernando. I used to love it. I used to love watching it. And there's all these girls, and they put their light on, they put their light off. There was a psychic on it, actually. They put their light on, and they put their light off. And they... and they put their light on if they want to date the guy, put the light off if they don't want to date the guy. Okay, and then Paddy McGuinness says to the guy, the power's now in your hands, you choose the girl that's got the light. Okay, so the power's back in your hands, Emma. I'm giving you your power. There's your empowerment. That's why I was warming my hands up, right? And we've got the Buddha here tonight as well for the energy. So take the power back, Emma. Tell this guy where to go. Just be strong. The smooth talking ones are always the hardest, but just be strong, my sweetheart, okay? See if you do that, it's going to be a nice guy that's going to come into your life. Okay, looking at it psychically. Right, we're moving on. Right, Deborah. September 9th, 1955, and David, January 31st, 53, David. And I spent a week together for a special event. I had a great time once he brought me home. Oh, I think your questions might be cut off. Right. I suppose, my sweetheart, looking at the question again, I wonder if you and David are going to progress. Double D, Deborah and David. So is Deborah and David going to progress into a more meaningful relationship with a great week together? I think that's fantastic. I do believe in that old saying. I've been doing love readings forever, right? And I don't mean that in a bad way. I just mean, I'm telling you, I've been doing love readings forever, and every week I say to these guys, every Thursday night, 9 o'clock, I say, I've heard everything. I've heard everything. You won't shame me, you won't embarrass me. And sometimes, some weeks, on a Thursday night, somebody trumps that, and I go, God, I thought I'd heard everything until I've heard that, right? But I think and this is what I mean when I'm getting into this, the saying, you don't know somebody until you've been on holiday with them, is a really good saying, because sometimes we have to spend a week with someone to really get to know them. Okay, like a week in a mutual place, like a holiday. Like the Isle of Fernando, right? Okay, right. You need to spend a week with them to really know what they're like. Sometimes after a holiday, you think, I really don't like that person. I couldn't spend any more time with them. They're awful. Okay, so it's nice, Deborah, that you've said, okay, you spent a special week together and it was good. And what I want to say to you is, and that's me giving you my agony uncle advice, the week together was really good, so I'm assuming the relationship's going to be good moving forward. The psychic aspect is, I know the relationship's going to be good moving forward, and I know that you and him are going to have a long and meaningful relationship, Deborah, my sweetheart. Okay, just keep the lines of communication open, because communication's always key in relationships. Okay, we'll spit all the words out and we can move forward. Ellie, I'd like to know if there's a new man coming into my life soon, because I've had some vision about him and they have become quite detailed lately. Okay, so you've had a vision about a man. So you've had a dream about him, my sweetheart. Right? If you're watching the live, let me know. So if you had a dream about him, you've saying you've had a vision, right? Or is your vision what you would perceive to be your ideal man? That's what I'd like to know here, right? Because people say they have visions of a man, of his visions of a woman. Are these visions of your ideal men and women? Right? Let me know. Right? And you're supposed to be writing in the live stream. You're supposed to be writing in the live stream, guys. What song gets you in the mood? It's a wee bit tongue in cheek, isn't it? But what song gets you in the mood? Right? I do, vision aside, I'm just tuning into your question, Ella, sorry. Vision aside, I do feel that there's going to be a new relationship blossoming for you in 2024. I hope the vision gave you some detail on how you're going to find the gentleman and where to go to find the gentleman, my sweetheart, because I don't feel you like to do online dating, so I feel you would have to meet someone face to face. So I feel that you're going to meet someone new in the March time, looking at it psychically. So the number 3 comes in, and you're reading, so March of 2024 is going to be more significant. There's going to be like a day out in March with the girls, a day out with family. It's not necessarily a drink involved with this day out, but it's going to be a day out like to an event, to like a, what kind of events is there in March? A cheese and wine night, or something like that. Okay, a concert, something like that, something in the community hall, somewhere where you're going to meet someone. Okay, March 13th, 14th of March, round about then, my sweetheart. All right, I hope that was okay for you. If you're watching the live stream, let me know, did your vision give you any details on how you're going to find this man? All right, let's move on to the next question. And this is from Claire. What does my future hold with regards to my love and career? Well, we'll only look at one because it's, look, I'm pointing with my pen, the Robert Lee's Love Hour, right? So we'll look at love. somebody's put here, Sandra Irwin, any love around? And I got the song Wet, Wet, Wet. You know the song, I feel it in my fingers, I feel it in my toes, love is all around me, and so the feeling grows. Right, okay. Love's always around us, isn't it? Because our loved ones in the spirit world surround us by love. The angels in the angelic realm surround us by love. We've got friends, we've got family that surround us with love. Some friends and family surround us with more love than others. We've got relationships that can surround us with love. So there's always love around us, isn't there? Right? Even sometimes there's forms of love that we don't even want. That's how much love there is in the world. Okay? So, there we go, Sandra Irwin. Love is all around us. Wet, wet, wet. Right. Okay. If all else fails, I could host. Hi, Lisa Dean. If all else fails, guys, right, I could host a radio show, couldn't I? Or they could get me for an 80s throwback in music, right? An 80s throwback. Join Robert Lee for all the latest 80s hits. The latest 80s hits, goodness sake. Join Robert Lee for all the 80s throwbacks. Right. I hope you're well, Lisa Dean. Thank you for joining us in the live stream. Right. Would you think that would be a good show, guys? Right. We couldn't do that and ask the answer because it's a psychic show. Just as a bit of fun. Robert Lee with the 80s throwbacks. Do you think that would be a good show? Because I love 80s music. Do you think that would be a good show? Oh, Take Me Back was born in the 80s. I was born in the 80s as well. I'm just not telling you what year it was, but I was born in the... I was just talking about that tonight, actually. Lisa Dean's saying that would be good. Right. I'm waiting to hear, guys, what your favourite song is for a passionate night in the house. So what would be your favourite song for a passionate evening in the house? You know, for like Valentine's, what song really gets you in the mood? Okay, if you're in the mood to make love, what song makes you really get into the mood? If any song at all, put it on the live stream, put your comments on the live stream. I want to hear your songs, okay? And then we're going to go to Claire's question. Hold Me is Marie's. The lady that works behind the scenes, hers is Baby Shark. Right. Or so she told me I think she told me that the last time, or it might be Elton John, Candle in the Wind. Right. I'll tell you mine's at the end of the live stream. It's Baby Shark. So the lady that works behind the scenes that asked the answer, hers is Baby Shark. Okay? Is there any Elton John songs that would get in the mood? I'm not sure. The Mood for Love with Elton John. Right. I'm not sure. Okay, so Claire's question is, what does the future hold with regards to my love life? Okay, so what does Claire's future hold in regards to her love life? I feel, Claire, I feel there's someone around you at the moment, okay, or I feel there's an energy coming back in around you, because I don't see that you're meeting a new energy as such, Claire, which is a shame, because I always like to say people don't go back to the past, don't settle with what you've got right now. If it's not working, it's time to move forward. You know, well, I should watch what I'm saying here. I want to be a bit more careful with my words there. I don't mean if it's not working, just move forward straight away. Obviously, you have to have conversations with your partner, you know, about moving it forward, etc., before you just walk away. You know, you've got to give it a fighting chance. What I want to say to you is, Claire, I feel someone is coming back in from the past, and there's someone around about you already that where this relationship can blossom and go into a more meaningful direction. Okay, too much hilarity in my mind tonight. I'm going to move on to the next question. Helen, please can I have a reading? R.E. Day, what you see, pick up, etc. Okay, so Helen and Dave. Okay. I feel, Helen, that, yeah. Everything happens in cycles in life, Helen. So I feel you and Dave are going through a disappointing cycle, or you feel it's disappointing or a tough cycle. I feel that Dave, sorry, I'm saying David, but Dave's not communicating clearly. He's not communicating accurately. Dave's maybe spending a lot of time in his man cave, okay, and he's not communicating as best as he could be. But what I want to say to you is, basically, right? What I want to say to you is, my sweetheart, that we're going to come out of this tough cycle with Dave, and you're going to go into a better cycle again, where there's communication, where we're dating, where there's going to be more time spent with each other. Okay, so you're not, I don't know if you're on the line, but if you are, please answer me. Is he not communicating clearly? Is he not communicating accurately with you? I feel there's been little communication. I feel he's been hiding. I feel he's had a low mood, or he's had a grumpy mood, right? Which sometimes ties in with, there's a new moon at the minute, or the lead up to the new moon. People can get anxious, people can get grumpy, people can be on people can get, what's the word? They can go from 1 to 100, that kind of thing with their energies. So it could be that, he settles down once we get past the new moon tonight. It's a wolf moon as well, so maybe he's going to go and howl out the moon and release some tension, Helen, my sweetheart. But what I want to say to you is, I feel that you and him are going to move forward, and it's going to be a more meaningful relationship. Okay, so hang on in there. Okay, right? Hang on in there is what I want to say to you, right? Okay, we've done that one. Howling at the moon. Right. Are you going to be howling at? Is empty going to be out there tonight howling at the moon? Because it's the wolf moon. So the wolf moon's like, it's the cold moon, you could call it as well. And it's the first full moon of 2024. And it's the 25th of January. Can we believe next week we're going to be at the end of January? That's unbelievable, isn't it? It's been kind of quick month. It's too cold out, Hannah Louise is saying, to go and howl at the moon. So, I don't talk a lot about the moon cycles on the live streams, because I do the angel hour, then I do the love hour. But it's a good time tonight to manifest, and it's a good time to manifest about love. So everyone watching the live stream, when it's a new moon and a full moon, it's a good time to manifest. So tonight's a full moon in Leo, okay? But it affects all star signs across the zodiac, and it just means, like, for Leos, you're maybe feeling the energy of the full moon a little bit more. It's maybe making you feel a bit more anxious, a bit more nervous. It's maybe making you feel like you want to get things done, okay? But we can harness the energy of the full moon to work to our potential, okay? So tonight's a good night to manifest your dreams, your desires, your hopes, your wishes in regards to love, right? And when I'm manifesting, I'll be manifesting later on this evening. I like to write everything down. As if you know me, guys, or as if you've got to know me over the weeks and months, I've always got, there's a wee note falling out there, right? I've always got, and I've had this one for a while actually. I'm using it. I've always got a notepad. So tonight, I'll write all my manifestations down on my notepad, okay, under the energy of the full moon. I will then go outside, and please don't burn anything inside. So I'll then go outside and I'll burn it. I've got like a, excuse me, I've got like a, I'll show you in one of the lives that's outside now, but I've got like a witch's cauldron pot where I burn all my manifestations under the new moon and the full moon, and I'll write everything down tonight and I'll burn it. The thing is about manifestation is, in every psychic, every medium, every angel infuses, fortune teller, we've all got different views on it, and that's good because everybody's different in life. For me, I would say it's like brushing your teeth. You've got to do it regularly. Okay, so you have to brush your teeth twice a day. You don't have to manifest twice a day, but if you are going to manifest, following the new and full moon cycle would be the best time to do it. Okay, right? Twice a month. And you can find that. I've got a calendar, it's behind me, I don't know if you can see it, but I've got the calendar there that tells you when it's a new moon, when it's a full moon, but you can easily look it up online. Okay, you don't need to have a calendar. Anyway, I'm going on a little bit here, but if you are going to manifest, that's the best time to do it. Okay, I just thought I'd give you some insight in that tonight because it's a full moon in Leo, it's the wolf moon. Okay, right. Make sure you lock your doors because there might be a few wolves out there tonight. Maria said she doesn't normally sleep well with a full moon. Okay, let's have a look. I'm not seeing many songs on the live stream, so make sure you type your song. This next text is from Trevor. May I have a reading generally about the next few months on my relationship with my wife? Okay, Trevor, thank you for texting in to the show. I do feel, Trevor, it's the right... Hello, Margaret Anderson, I hope you're well, but I do feel, Trevor, it's the right time. 2000, I'm going to give you this in another way, Trevor, okay? Ultimately, it's your decision what direction your relationship goes in with your wife, but what I do want to say is, what I do want to make clear is, in 2024, I suggest you take the year back for you. So you've been helping your wife, you've been focusing on your career, which is great. These are things we have to do. But in 2024, it's the right time to focus on you. It's the right time to heal yourself. It's the right time to love yourself. It's the right time to think, what do I actually want in my life as a whole? Okay? Because sometimes we put our big comfy slippers on and we don't realise that's not what we want. It's just easy, right? So think of this analogy. We've got a pair of slippers. We've all got them. I've got my Crocs. My Crocs are done. Right, I was going to show you in the live stream. I better not. Right, I've had this pair of Crocs for ages. They've got the fur lining. They're comfy as anything. I won't give them up. They're probably a little bit smelly, just so that you really do know that they're done, right? And I won't give them up for love nor money, right? It's easy for me to put them on because I like them. They're comfortable, right? That's what sometimes happens in relationships. They're easy. They're comfortable. We don't want to make change within them. We don't want to rock the boat, so we're happy to put up with a lot of BS because we don't want to rock the boat. Okay, so what I've got to say to you, Trevor, is don't put up with any more BS in your life as a whole, okay? And start moving forward. Start moving forward. This is a year to move forward, 2024, okay? Because I feel that's what your wife started to do when I look at it from a psychic perspective. Okay, so I've took my Crocs off. That's the analogy. So you need to take your big comfy slippers off, all right? Hope that was okay for you. Thank you for watching me here on Ask the Answer. And I hope to connect with you again. Okay? Right. Now, I can't get the Baby Shark song in my head. Okay, so we're now... Whose question is this? Julia! Okay, Julia, my sweetheart, one of my clients. We set a date to have lunch and then hang out after on Friday. What do you think? Haven't heard from him since. Do you think we'll catch up again before then? I feel like it's definitely over. I don't really see the point in wasting my time to go meet him. Okay, Julia, my sweetheart. I need to say to you, I suggest that you do go and meet him. I suggest that you hear out what he's got to say. I know, looking at this psychically, you're going to have great fun when you do go. And I also know, looking at it psychically, this has got potential to go further. So you are going to have lunch. You are going to hang out. Hang out. That's what the kids are calling it these days. Let's hang out. Okay, right? You probably won't get much time to watch Netflix, but you'll be certainly hanging out, as you call it, Julia, my sweetheart. All right. And I feel after then, it's got potential to build momentum. And I know you're in a relationship. I know he's tapped out of a relationship, but this has got a chance to build the momentum back up because you've not been in a relationship that long. It's got potential. Okay, we're building that momentum. That's my buzzword tonight. We're building the momentum. Okay, and I'm hearing the song I Keep Working My Way Back to You, Babe, with a happiness inside. Okay, so that to me is telling me that he's excited to see you. Once he sees you, he's going to fall in love all over again, my sweetheart. Okay, you're going to have a great night of passion and you're going to move on with the relationship from there. So I do feel if you do anything on Friday when you're in NYC, is to go and meet him, my sweetheart, okay? I hope that was okay for you. You can fill me in the juicy details next week here on Ask the Answer. How are we working be tonight? I'm getting through your love questions. Okay. Hello to Margaret Anderson. I hope you're well. Nice to see you on the live stream, my sweetheart. Right. And of course, guys, straight after the live stream tonight, I'm going to be at 10 o'clock. I'm going to be logged in on Ask the Answer. So I'll be logged in for as long as you want to keep me busy on those phone lines. I will be logged in for, okay? And what night's this? It's Thursday night. I'll be logged in for a little while, guys, once the live stream is finished, to look at your calls in a more in-depth way. You can pre-queue for me here on Ask the Answer, which is good as well. If you're registered on our Purple Hearts Club, the Purple Hearts Club link should be in the Facebook comments somewhere, or it might, if you have a look, okay? Or if you're watching on any of our social media platforms, the link is at the top of the platforms, okay? So you can queue for me. I should be up the top, around the way up the top on the website if you're looking for me tonight. Yeah. And there's loads of other psychics that work on there as well. Have a look. Right. We've got Faith Bird logged in tonight. Love Faith. We've got Sapphire, who's new. We've got Yvette. We've got Linda H. We've got Venus. We've got Anna P. We've got Kat. We've got Ben. We've got Ali B. We've got loads. I mean, that's just to name a few guys that we've got logged in. We've got Marcus Starr logged in there as well. We've got loads of people logged in tonight. Loads of people in calls. Loads of people available. Loads of new readers there as well. Check it out for yourself on the Ask the Answer website. You don't necessarily need to have a reading with me. You can have a reading with any of the psychics that work on Ask the Answer. We've got a really strong team logged in tonight. A really, really strong team. And what was the other word I'm looking for as well? A really varied team as well, guys. So there's lots of different people on there tonight if you're looking for your guidance. Okay. And we're moving on. I'm just having a look to see if there's any more questions in the portal. Okay, so I'll have a look at something. Hello, Wendy. I hope you're well. Right. We have a question here on the live stream, and it says, why is the guy Alex I met the other week being so quiet with me? Okay, so why is... I'm going to put a tarot card on it. I've got my tarot cards down here. So why is the guy Alex I met being so quiet with me? That's dead annoying, isn't it? Right, let's have a look. Excuse me. Yeah, We get the Nine of Swords card. I didn't think it was going to be a positive outcome, but we get the Nine of Swords cards coming in for you. I feel that he's going to go quiet, and I feel that you're not going to hear from him very much so in the near future, or the distant future for that matter. Hannah Louise, okay, but I feel there's a bit of there's not anxiety around about it for you, my sweetheart. But what I want to say is there's a bit of unhappiness of why he hasn't reached out, okay? There's a bit of concern. You feel as if you want to message him and ask him, what your problem is. So there could be a little bit of a quarrel here. But I don't feel, my sweetheart, you're going to hear from him in the very near future, or even in the distant future, unfortunately. Okay, so I feel like moving forward, it could be one of those situations where you chalk it down as an experience and we move on to the next person. Okay? Right? I feel strongly, actually, that's the situation it's going to be in. So it's like, we chalk it up as a bit of experience. We don't lose too much sleep over it. We don't let it affect our well-being, and we move forward. Okay, that's what I want to say to you, my sweetheart. All right? I hope that was okay for you. Not what we want to hear, is it? Probably not. Not what you want to hear, but what you need to hear, my sweetheart. Okay? I hope that was okay. And I hope to hear about this new man that you're going to meet in the not so distant future. Okay. Oh, goodness. I'm starting to lose my voice again. Right, so let's go to the portal. I think there's one or two questions left on the portal. Do you know when I'm going to get married? Going to the chapel and we're gonna get married. Going to the chapel of love. Okay, when is Emma going to get married? If she's going to get married at all, right? Hi, man, I'm being a bit brutal tonight, am I? Right, is Emma going to get married? Or when is Emma going to get married? We're putting energy of the cards. Yeah, I know, Hannah Louise, not what you're wanting to hear, my sweetheart. But what's the, I like to tell people what I'm saying psychically. I like to give people honesty. That's how I've been a psychic for so long. It's my honesty, my sense of humour. It's why I have return clients. So I don't always tell people necessarily what they want to hear, but it's what they need to know in that moment in time. And wouldn't you much rather, Hannah Louise, go and get your glad rags on, right? This week ahead. Go out this weekend or go out the first weekend in February and meet someone new, right? Rather than wondering why somebody hasn't messaged you back, wouldn't you? Right? Okay. When's Emma getting married? All right. So we get the Four of Wands card coming in for you, Emma. This is a good card, my sweetheart. Okay, right? Because the Four of Wands is all about romance. It's all about harmony. It's all about the fruits of your labour paying off. It's all about you having peace at last. It's all about coming out of anxiety. It's all about hard work being rewarded. And it's also, the Four of Wands talks about gentlemen's agreements. Okay, and it's got a little box down there where there would be a gentleman's agreement. It's old-fashioned saying, isn't it? But what I want to say to you is it's like an agreement where you agree to get married. You sign it off when you're getting married. So I do see that coming in your future. I feel it's going to be 2025 because we get numerology of 2 and 5 with your tarot card, which would take us to 2025. And I feel you're going to know more about it in the month of May 2024. Okay? I hope that was okay for you. Thank you for joining us here. Thank you for joining us here in this answer. And I hope to connect with you again very, very soon. I can see your comments, Hannah Louise, and I totally understand what you're saying. You got on very well. It's really annoying me to get on with somebody very well. And I know that he said he'd want to meet you again, and then silence. I feel when somebody gives us silence, and this is for all of us watching the live stream, okay? Unless there's a reasonable explanation when they come back in, And even then, it's got to be so astronomical, reasonable, okay? And that's not possible in 2024 because we live in a world where we can communicate in so many platforms. We can even text someone now if we don't want to speak to them, okay, right? We can even say, you know, if something's happening in our lives, like a bereavement, or we've lost our job, we're feeling low on energy, we just want some time to ourselves, we can text people that. As human beings now, we can text them that on Messenger, on text, on WhatsApp, on social media, direct message. There's so many ways we can get involved with people right now, okay, and communicate. So unless there's a really reasonable explanation, Hannah Louise, I wouldn't be letting them come back in, okay, unless it's really reasonable. And I think as adults and as human beings, I think it's okay to say to someone, look, I'm not really in the mood for speaking today, but can we pick up our conversation and Tuesday? Say it was Monday. You know, I'm feeling a bit of the Monday blues today. I've got a lot of work to do. I've got housework to do. I'm not really in the mood for talking. I'm not in a great place this particular day. Can we pick up a conversation Tuesday, Wednesday? I think as human beings, that's okay to say, and I think that should be acceptable. So when somebody does communicate that to you, you've got to think, do you know what? I, as a person, understand, I acknowledge what they're saying, and you could write back something like, happy to talk Wednesday. But if it's big, long periods of silence, and they're not communicating regularly, they're leading you up the garden path, I'd rather, you know, you cut it off now than wait a year. You know, in some cases, some people wait 8 years. So, you know, we all measure time differently. So, but have a good think about it, Hannah Louise. You know, if he does come back in, is that what you're really wanting? Okay. And so, guys, we're coming to the, oh my goodness, it's been such a quick hour. We're coming to the end of the show. What I want to say to you is, on Friday, we have, my mind's just went totally blank. On Friday night at 9 o'clock, we have Psychic Chat. Now, Psychic Chat is with, my mind went blank again. Okay, so on Friday at 9 o'clock, we have a new show. It was on last week. If you didn't get a chance to watch it, please tune in this Friday. It's called Psychic Chat, and it's with John Harris and Sarah, who are psychics here on Ask the Answer. John does the show Messages from Above on a Sunday night, and Sarah is not new to the psychic world, not new to Ask the Answer, but she's new for the live streams on a Friday night. So she is your psychic host on a Friday night. The great thing about Psychic Chat is they are going to have different psychics every week. Well, they're hoping to have psychics on a Friday every week that work on Ask the Answer. So you get to know a little bit more about the psychics that actually work on Ask the Answer. And you get to know us psychics as real human beings, if that makes sense, because we're all different. We're all living a different earthly experience. We all have different experience to share as psychics and mediums. So the show will be quite interesting. It's not a show that's been done anywhere before. And you'll get to see, you'll go, oh goodness, say for example, I think it's Anne Scholes that's on this Friday. Wow, didn't know Anne worked that way. Didn't know Anne was a medium and a psychic for so many years. There's all different things you could learn about Anne, and you think, do you know what, I'm going to have a read with Anne tonight. I've learned so much about her. I feel like I know her better. I feel like I connect with her better. I'm going to have a reading with her. Okay? And there's going to be all different psychics that join as the weeks go on. All right? And you might even have an opportunity to ask those psychics some of your questions. They give you that guidance to answer your question, and you go, do you know what? I would really like a reading with them. Okay? Also gives you a chance to connect with Sarah as well every Friday. See how Sarah works as a psychic. See how Sarah is as a person. You can connect with her. And also John. And then on Sunday, as usual, we have John. And then next week, we have Anne Scholes, 7 p.m. on Monday. We've got Robert Lee, 8 p.m. on Tuesday. Robert Lee again, 9 p.m. on Thursday. So thank you guys for joining. And I'll speak to you all next